Hey folks, due to some weird editing recording shenanigans where my video turned out shorter than my audio for some reason, I had to do a little bit of futzing in order to get this to work properly. So if you see a random picture of a capybara getting a scratch, it means that I had to fill in some space that the video for some reason missed. So yeah, please enjoy the video either way. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Vegas Party. This just came out yesterday? For you, today for me, and it's actually been out in for a couple of weeks, I should say, in Europe. Because this is a European-produced game. This is from the people who brought you Space Hulk, I believe. The same publishers, not the same developers. But yeah, they are somewhat responsible for this. And I didn't think this was actually coming out in North America, but then it actually did come out in North America digitally. I was planning on importing the physical Vita version, but no, that didn't actually happen, so I just got the digital version. So, let's move on, shall we? So, the basic way to describe this game is Mario Party, but shit. Yeah, that works for me. So, you might be noticing that my cursor is actually moving around on the screen. This is very odd, because this game's menu is mainly, in fact, the majority of the game is mainly controlled via the accelerometer. No, I'm not fucking joking. There is no touchscreen integration in this game, which would be absolutely perfect. But you can use the accelerometer, or you can use the analog stick. However, if you so much as tilt your Vita like half a degree while you're using the analog stick, it'll fuck up and you'll just be worthless. You might as well just get used to using the game's cursor here via the accelerometer, because it is honestly the only real way you can do it. Main menu's not got much. You got your top scores for the two main modes, and you've got the credits, and then you've got your three modes here. Quick Play just lets you play all the mini games, so we're not going to bother with that. We're going to play them all on the actual strip. Competition will let you play through the entirety of... Whoop, I didn't even realize it started immediately. It'll let you play through all 10 of the mini games, and it gives you a score at the end, depending on how well you did. But we're not actually going to do that. We're just going to go and play the main mode, which is the strip mode, which is the mode that everyone will be interested in, because it is the most Mario Party-like of modes in this game. So, thankfully the loading times aren't too bad, but they're just kind of one obstacle in the way of this game. So, let's have a look at our 8 characters here. We have a bloody old lady, we have a gigantic nerd, we have someone who's very clearly from the South. I have no idea who this guy's meant to be. We got 50 Cent over here, which I love. That looks like Paris Hilton. Tomb Raider but black, and this guy's icon that shows up in the game makes him look like Fat Acceptance Donald Trump, but we're gonna go with 50 Cent because I like... well, it's not so much I like 50 Cent, it's just... He looks so much like 50 Cent that I'm surprised that these guys haven't been sued yet. But yeah, it picks 3 other random characters and off you go. There's no real difference between them, they're just avatars. Just gotta wait for the game to load up. And here we are. So this is the strip, apparently. I didn't realize the strip had Area 51 as a casino all the way down the very end of it. I also didn't realize the strip had an end, but, well, it's kind of obvious. Gotta wait for the game to scroll forever through this and get used to that, because this game doesn't know when to stop giving you weird little animations. But anyway, here we go. This is the game, more or less. You use the X button to pick up the dice, shake, and when you release it, it'll roll the dice and give you that many movement points. I get 0 movement points because fuck this game for putting a 0 on the dice. You can get positive movement points via this dice. You can also get negative movement points via bad dice and bad events, which will send you backwards. And you need to get to the end of the strip. The first 2 people to get to the end of the strip will get massive bonuses, then the third person will get 2. The third person will also get a smaller bonus, and by the third person, I mean the person who's closest to the end after the first 2 get to the end. And then the fourth gets nothing. And basically, the bonuses that you get at the end from the from the first and second and third bonuses are enough to decide the game anyway. So, this is all completely fucking useless. So this is one of the minigames. One of the really fucking weird minigames too. So the general idea of this one is you have to click the balls in order to get the numbers you need to fill in your bingo sheet. And it's really fucking difficult because you have to use the either the accelerometer or this little, or the analog stick to click on these things, and they are really fucking small and hard to hit. And no, you don't have to get a line, you just have to get the entire, grid, and that's how it works. And someone's about to have the entire grid, because look at that, they just need a 14 and they win already. Half the minigames in this game are these weird little action-focused minigames, and half the games in this are, like, realistic representations of the actual gambling games. Like, roulette and video poker-ish are relatively representative of their real-world counterparts. This game, however, is not even close. Like, this is not how you play bingo. It's a bit odd. It just comes out of nowhere with these weird little action games, and then it'll let you play, like, an actual decent game of blackjack. And I don't know why they decided to go for this. It's so weird. It's an alright idea, but some of the games just don't work. Like, that bingo game right there can go fuck itself. There is also a game of darts where it is literally impossible to aim on the Vita. And because of that, it means you'll end up playing it 2 or 3 times. So, depending on the results of who comes ahead or who loses money inside a casino minigame, it'll give you bonus movement points. So, say you gain 300, and that's enough to be the person who gained the most out of that minigame, you'll get 3 extra movement spaces. But if you lose, you will lose movement spaces. You can, of course, also bet money and lose money in these minigames, obviously. It doesn't seem to give you the actual choice in the matter, which is a little bit odd. Like, I'd like the ability to not spend money, because the penalty in this game for losing all your money is actually pretty bad. You lose 7 spaces of movement, which is pretty bad in this game because you want to get to the end as fast as possible, because as I said before, unless you get a really, really big lucky streak, it doesn't mean anything at the very end because you get a massive bonus, so it's kind of annoying like that. You've got all these extra spaces that do stuff as well, like, you've already seen a fair few, like, that's a bad luck space like that right there, so player 4 loses 30 tokens every turn for 6 turns, which seems a bit over the top because games don't take that amount of turns. It just feels like they take forever. You also have the dollar space, which gives you an item that you can use. You have the 4-leaf clover space, which will give you some extra money. You have a couple of other things. Ooh, lucky 7. That's kind of lucky, actually. You want as many of those as possible because this game takes forever. The question marks are obviously chance time. And, well, not so much chance time in the Mario sense, but, like, you know, they're a bit more random. And the heart space. You are now the head of the household. You lose 1 move point per turn for 100,000 turns. Are you fucking serious? Are you shitting me right now? What the fuck, game? Alright, there is also the casino space, which we have landed on. Some of you will receive extra movement points while others must pay. Oh yeah, I actually got some movement space, that's nice. You only use your movement space on your turn, by the way. That much wasn't obvious. So yeah, the final space I haven't talked about is one you've seen already, and that's the actual casino spaces. And it's actually kind of a neat idea, because the casino spaces actually have the unique casinos, and the unique casinos actually have, like, different 3D models and stuff going on, which actually looks kind of nice, especially Area 51. You play in Area 51 more than once during this game, so hopefully you'll see it. That depends on how much bullshit I have to deal with in this game, because I've only played 1 game of this. It took me 2 hours to finish, and I kept getting thrown backwards constantly. It was goddamn frustrating. But anyway, yeah. So that's the basic idea. You try and roll forward, you try and get as much money as possible, which is actually really fucking hard because the gambling in this game is surprisingly difficult to come out on top of just because of how unlucky it can be. It's open season. You'll sometimes notice bonuses on the strip randomly. Yeah, as you can see, I'm the only one who actually takes part in this. You use the accelerometer to aim at like the dice or the coins or whatever. You shoot them and you get that bonus, but for some reason the AI just doesn't participate in this one, so I just got a bunch of free movement points and a little bit of extra cash, which is nice because it's now my turn. Wonder if I can get another lucky 7 again. It's unlikely, but I'll try. Yeah, the physics in this game are a bit fucked up, if you couldn't tell. Alright. It's funny, this game's actually been going a lot faster than it should because I've had a lot more people lean on these fucking casinos. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, not this again. But yeah, there are 10 games, and the 10 games themselves are actually, some of them are decent, some of them aren't, and hopefully we'll see some more as we go along the strip, because seriously, it's kind of ridiculous just how few games I've had so far. You want to know what the major problem with this game is? Actually, there's 2 major problems, but you want to know what the major problem is with this game? It's so fucking slow. Now, there's a reason for this. As you can see, if you are paying close attention, the game's movement is kind of slow out here in the strip itself. Thank God it didn't pick darts. The game's movement is really slow outside in the strip itself. This can come back to bite in the ass when you've got 2 people who are really far ahead and 2 people who are really far behind. Because the camera feels the need to scroll all the way from the current player to the previous player, or the next player, I should say. And that means that it will take absolutely ages to scroll back. It can take upwards of 30 seconds to scroll back to the next player, because fuck you. And there are other things that take ages as well, like the message boxes that pop up. You can just press X to go through them immediately, right? But the AI will take absolutely ages to do them. So, you will just end up sitting and waiting. You'll just end up sitting and waiting for ages for them to go through the message box prompts, because for some reason it takes them something like 15 seconds to close a simple prompt. Something to speed up the game immensely would have been really appreciated. And I think it's because the game's frame rate is actually really low out on the strip. And I think it's mainly because... Oh, I just bet on 28 and 31. Let's hope they actually get something, huh? The thing is, on the strip, the game's frame rate is so low that I think it's actually slowing down the game logic. And that's a really bad way to program your game developers, because it means that you have to sit waiting for a stupid amount... Oh, I actually came out ahead on that one. Go me. It means you have to sit waiting for a stupid amount of time for it to scroll backwards and forwards, for the message box prompts to go away, for the characters to run into the actual casinos, and for the games to be picked. It just takes forever. It takes a massive amount of time, and... Like, see, I have to wait here for the AI to decide it wants to press the X button on that prompt when I can just do it instantly. And I just don't see the point. It drives me mad just waiting for all these really slow animations and slow hopping and the message boxes and all of that. It just drives me nuts. And combine that with some of the games being absolutely unplayable, and it just... Oh, man. It's a shame, because this is actually a pretty clever idea. Like, an actual gambling game, in the sense that, you know, you got to get to the end of the strip with all your money intact, and you got to try and beat all the other people. But the fact that the game gives out bonuses depending on what position you come in, and not how much money you have at the end. And it just makes the rest of the game completely irrelevant. Here's the pizza tower. Don't pick roulette. Pick something we haven't seen yet. Oh, fuck off. Fucking roulette again. I mean, red or black and blackjack are pretty simple to understand. Blackjack is literally just, you know, regular blackjack. Get to 21, you can double down, and you play against the house. And red or black is literally just pick whether or not the card's going to be red or black. You can get a ridiculous amount of money from that, but still not enough to make the game actually matter. Also, you know, completely luck-based. Like most of this game. Which, to be fair, I can kind of understand why they give a massive bonus to the people who come first and all that, but at the same time, it's fucking Vegas. Like, luck is just part of the draw. Sometimes you walk out with like 10 grand in your pocket, sometimes you walk out losing a kidney. That's just how it works in Vegas. And to have it not come down to the actual gambling, but to have it come down to just pure chance of who gets the better... pure chance, I say, Vegas. But to have it just come down to like the dice rolls more than anything else, and the lucky spaces and all that, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And it's just depressing more than anything else, really. Right, I came in second, so I get 2 movement points. That's alright. So yeah, I like the idea, but I absolutely hate the execution. If that doesn't... Also, I love how it says 8 turns up there. That's a lie. It only shows the last digit of the amount of turns that you need. So if your counter rolls over to say... If the counter rolls over to say, like, 25 turns, it'll only show 5. Really odd. This again, are you serious? I'm just going to have to go into quick play after I get out of this, just so you can see what more of the games look like. I don't want to play darts, because darts is literally broken and it's impossible to play. But I might have to, just to show off what it's actually like. Like, so here comes the long scroll. When I was playing my previous game, I had Fat Acceptance Donald Trump back all the way at the beginning, just because he got really unlucky with a few rolls. And every time it had to go back to him, it had to go all the way back to him. Every single time. You are abducted by aliens, you lose 2 turns. Oh, at least we don't have to deal with the scroll. At least we don't have to deal with the fucking scroll every single time. Thank Christ. So, I mentioned the one major problem with this game. What's my second major problem? If you've been paying attention, you've seen it already. Or rather, you haven't seen it. No multiplayer. At all. As far as I can tell, there's no ad hoc, there's no Wi-Fi. And that seems entirely against the point in a luck-based game. Remember how I did a look at the game Talisman? That game is literally just a roll the dice and see what happens game. Sure, you can have a bit of a strategy going on in it, and there are some things you can do which might help you out and might hinder you later on, but that game is mostly just a roll of the dice. However, the fact that that game had multiplayer was what saved it in, you know, the sense that, you know, in the sense that if you could play it with friends, you would have a way better time because, you know, everybody was subject to the roll of the dice. In this game, you're all alone, so, you know, rolling the dice this much just isn't that fun. Because you're stuck with AI that seems to have ridiculous luck at times, and especially when they start playing the action-focused minigames. When they start playing the action-focused minigames, their cursor will be pinpoint accurate. It's kind of retarded. I'm seriously amazed we haven't landed on more games, because the amount of games I landed on in my last game was kind of ridiculous. Also of note, you can't actually see how far you have left to go, or how far anyone has left to go. As far as I'm aware, there's no way to scroll the board and see what's going on with that. 50 Cent holding his cards like he holds guns. The accelerometer for this game really sucks. Come on, give me a game this time. Oh god, I'm gonna be on the same space as them, aren't I? Wait, no, I'm actually stopping on a casino. Thank god. And I actually get to pick the game this time, which is nice. I am half... Well, god damn it, it's the only game we haven't fucking played yet. I guess I have to pick darts. I opened my fat fucking mouth at the beginning of the video, and it's coming back to bite me so hard. But anyway, here's how you play darts. You have to aim with the accelerometer, except when you hold the X button, and for some reason, it turns into this just completely random figure 8 circle. Then you pull the Vita back, chuck it forward, and release the X button. The timing is a piece of shit, so you have no idea exactly how or when you need to do it, and considering that you actually have to hold your Vita back so that you can do the correct accelerometer movement, it means that you can't actually see where the crosshair is. This game is so fucking broken, it's unbelievable. Also, for some reason, I always end up off to the left there, which means I need to aim, like, so far off to the left here in order to stand a chance of actually hitting the bullseye. This game is so fucking broken. I have no idea how this got through any sort of testing, and how the fuck did the AI hit that? If the AI was working with the same controls that I was, it would be fucking screwed too. I don't think it's possible to win this game. I don't think it's possible to win against this AI in this game. It's just unbelievable. But it is pretty basic 201 darts. You just got to get the score down to 0 without going under 0, which means that the first person to hit 0 is the winner, and then everybody else gets a turn. Which is actually really fucking annoying, because if you start out being in, like... See, this timing is just impossible to get right. If you start out being in, like, second place, when the fucking, when player 4 hits 0, you'll get, like, 1 extra shot. And then everyone else will get extra shots. And because the AI is better at this than you are, they will get so many points, they will pull ahead of you, and you'll end up in 4th anyway. It is so frustrating playing this goddamn game sometimes, because I like some of the ideas that they've done with it. It's just... God, some of it just drives me mental. Also, nobody in the world can do a good implementation of computer darts. It's just impossible. Even in PlayStation VR, I've been playing Sports Bar VR, which is like a collection of like bar games like pool and skee ball and a bunch of things like that. And it's just untenable. Even in VR, when you've got like fucking really accurate motion controls and shit, it just doesn't work. Like you just end up in the... You just end up feeling like you're throwing at nothing. Fuck. I honestly have no idea how I've got 25 points. I can usually get nowhere near close to this, and I've played like 5 rounds of this game because this game hates me. Come on, hit another 25 and make this end. Thank God. Alright. So now green gets to go. And it's done. Yeah, see? Fuck that. I ended up in last despite the fact I started with 25 and that guy hit 0. So how fair is that? That's not fair at all. That is legitimately retarded. And now we get to sit and wait. Because other than getting an extra movement space by just waiting for the game to... Waiting for the game to pop up those dice for us to shoot, there's nothing to do during AI turns. And it seems awfully arbitrary. Oh, fuck off. Penalty squares everywhere. This happened in the last game. Everyone ended up going back like 10 fucking spaces. Also, everyone went bankrupt at least once. Which sent everybody back a few spaces as well, and it's just, Can you tell I don't like this game that much, folks? You know how much this game costs? 20 bucks. 20 bucks US. It is really not worth even 5. Maybe if they made it so that you could use actual physical button controls and the game wasn't so unbelievably slow, and if it had like online multiplayer, it would be worth maybe like $10 if you could convince your mates to play it and laugh at how bad it is. If it did that, oh great, I get the bad luck dice, which gives me a... It gives me a dice where I can't move as far, and it'll also have minuses on it, which is absolutely brilliant. Well, Area 51's right there. We're not actually too far away from it, which is nice, but considering that every space on the board is a fucking negative space right now, it's gonna take us a bit to get there. Like, see how much faster, smoother, I should say, the game moves when it's zoomed in like that? Yeah. If the game worked that quickly all the time, I'd be much better about it. I'd be fine about it, I should say. Oh god, we're back to the girl who's missed 2 turns, so we literally have to scroll back almost the entire... Oh no, it's me. Never mind. Right, I don't know turn order. Still, the scroll. The scroll. Right. What do I get? -3, which means I go back 4 spaces. And I can shoot that dice. But that won't take effect until my next turn. Alright, so we get to play the Cactus Saloon. Oh, look, we actually have 3 completely new games here. And these are all relatively well representative of their particular thing. Let's play Texas Hold'em, because Texas Hold'em is another one of the arcade-style games, and it's fucking retarded too. Alright, so, here's how this works. Instead of being proper Texas Hold'em, watch this. It puts down 15 cards, and you have to pick up the cards to make your first 2 cards. Then, you have to bet on the hands that's gonna be made.
We have a winner.
Oh, he got a fucking... What? Oh. We all got straights, but he won because he had 2 aces. Oh, Jesus, that guy had the right idea. I made my choice. Fuck it, I'll bet. No real point in doing anything else. Yep, that bitch won again. I don't know what it is about the green AI, but they seem to have really good AI and some good luck to boot. I'll take a pair of kings. Oh, I'm absolutely going to bet on this. Because I have 2 pair. And he has a fucking full house. And I came last. We're almost there. And here comes the scroll all the way back. Come on, Paris Hilton. Yeah, it's clearly her. It's even got the little dog in the bag. These are probably all representative of some kinds of characters. I will admit I was impressed by Fat Acceptance Donald Trump, but I mean, the rest of them are pretty generic. Right, I'll take some free money, I guess. She went broke? What? I guess it's when you go below a specific point, but yeah. This is what happens when you go bankrupt. She gets an extra 1,000, but she goes back 8 spaces, which means that on her next turn, she's going back even more, and then we have to deal with this scrolling again. It's also weird that the scrolling gains performance towards the end of the strip. I don't know what's up with that. Also, you can see the shit fading in there. But anyway, it doesn't really matter what this guy rolls. He'll get to go to Area 51, which is actually the coolest designed casino in the entire game, but... oh well. Alright, so he made it there first, so he gets the big end of game bonus. Come on, slot machine or video poker. Thank God. Thank God it actually picked something we haven't played yet. Now that's a cool casino. Like, I will give them credit for having some interesting visual designs. What's also weird about this game, though, is the music, and how much of it seems to be missing. Like, there are some weird moments in this game where it has no music whatsoever, and it doesn't feel right. Yep, slot machine. Everybody picks a line, but otherwise it's just completely random. Fucking green, getting all the goddamn... getting all the goddamn luck over there. Oh, red, you lucky son of a gun. It's unfortunate that you're still going back 8 spaces this turn. There's almost 3 jokers, and red would have gotten an absolutely massive profit off that line. You know, I'm surprised they didn't just take this and make like a Midnight in Vegas style game, and no one's going to get that reference, so I'm going to say Caesar's Palace instead. So, they really could have just turned this into like, you know, one of those gambling games where they give you a bunch of credits, and it's like, you go play whatever games you want, make as much money as you like, and we'll let you buy some like, cosmetic collectibles with the money that you earn. Like, they could have done that, and it would have actually went pretty well. But no, for some reason they had to turn it into this, and it's nowhere near as fun as it looks, sounds, or even appears to be. And it doesn't look that fun to begin with. Here's the bad luck dice. -1, so I don't move at all. Fantastic, and thankfully it doesn't actually chuck me back in the same casino, although that would have actually been preferred, just so you can see how video poker works. There's also one game I haven't seen at all, and that's Greyhounds. That game just does not show up very much, but anyway. Let's see how player 2 does. Maybe they can roll the lucky 7 and get themselves out of... Nope. Going back 3 spaces. Well, she's got the money, so she gets to buy the item, which means she gets to play twice in a row. This game's English is a bit weird, too. Like, I think I still have the trophy list open. No, I don't. Hang on. Let me go and open up the trophy list for this, and I've had to format my memory card again. I think this one's on the way out. It keeps crashing. But anyway, there's one really weird trophy. Raise with no point in hand. That makes no sense to me. There are trophies that you can win by doing specific things in specific minigames. There are trophies you win by, like, winning the strip or whatever, but... There is a platinum too, but... Considering that this game is literally luck, I do not care for it. I do not care for trying for that platinum. All the way up to Mr. Area 51. The game doesn't even have an explanation of the rules. Like, there is a manual, but it doesn't tell you very much about the game at all. It's really weird. Also, it's done in that really generic, Oh, fuck off. Not bingo again. It's done in that really generic Vita manual style as well, which is weird. They didn't even put in the effort to make a decent looking manual for it. Here we go again. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, I do not recommend this game in the slightest. I like playing interesting games, and this game started out being interesting because it looked like a neat idea, but they didn't seem to want to commit to the overly silly minigame style or the relatively realistic Vegas gambling style, and it just doesn't work. Also, the action minigames actually really suck. At least they did a decent implementation of like the proper gambling games. That guy just loves stealing the 12s from me, doesn't he? Yeah, green seems to go for whatever I need for some reason. It's driving me nuts. Well, green only needs a 6, so let's see if green can get a 6 and end our suffering for now. It's not even giving me any of the numbers that I need. Oh, yeah, there we go. Green got it. Thankfully, I came in second, so I get a couple of extra movement. But frankly, I think the not Paris Hilton lady is going to be the one to get there second. And once 2 people hit the end of the strip, that's it. Yeah, look at that. The green lady is gonna roll so high this turn. It's unbelievable. Come on, get a lucky 7 and end this madness. 4, I'll take it. I'm pretty sure that gets it to Area 51. No, it only got it close. Thanks for the money, I suppose. All the way back. This game makes me want to go play Ghoul Panic again. Did anybody ever play that? It was a light gun shooter game on the PS1, made on the same engine as Point Blank. In fact, I think it was made by the same team that made Point Blank. And it had a board game minigame, but it was miles ahead of this. Alright, come on, game we haven't played yet. We got red or black, blackjack and darts. Alright, I think we'll go blackjack. It's the fastest. Three rounds, 100 to bet, 13. I'll double down. That was a good idea. Oh, fuck off. Really? Really? 7 and 8, I'll hit, but I'm gonna bust. Oh, I did not mean to hit double down, but okay. I got 20. That works for me. Oh, fuck off. Look at him on 21. Fuck him. Oh, and no. There's the bust. Well, at least I got my money back. Should've got blackjack immediately. I busted.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
And that's it. I came out 100 behind, but I still got a 1 space for it, which means I get no spaces, because apparently I'm a fucking father as 50 Cent. That sounds like a horrible idea. And all the way back. Seriously, you need to see this to understand just how much of a pain in the ass it is to play this game after a while, because someone will get stuck all the way back here and they will just lag behind the entire time, and I'm just going to put the Vita down. I don't care. I'm not... Nope, never mind. She had 3 spaces saved up, which means she gets to go to the bloody Frozen Casino, apparently. No! No! Slightly less no. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna sit here and wait. I don't care. I can't win this. I've never been able to win this because the AI literally steals my shit out from under me. Just sit and watch the AI play, I suppose. I don't even know where my cursor is. Oh no, it's over there underneath my hand. Underneath my chin, I should say. My square chin. Oh, come on, Yellow. It was right there. You could have clicked it. And he clicked on a 13 when he didn't need it, which means he lost one of his fucking squares. Awesome. Fuck yourself. You know what the worst part is? We haven't even played all the games, and yet we've played bingo 3 times.
Bingo.
What are the other games we haven't played yet? We haven't played Baccarat, which is literally just you... It's literally random, just because it doesn't deal out any cards beforehand, so you don't have a chance of knowing who wins. So, it's literally random. Red or black, which is literally the cards flip over and you bet, and you get multipliers depending on how many you get right. Video poker is literally bet if you're going to have a better hand than the house, and if you succeed, but if you don't, you... What are we playing this time? Would have been nice to actually play video poker, you know? Fucking game. What's the Starship Enterprise pun for Vegas? I don't got one. King of 7, that's 17. Fuck it, I'll stop. We all lost. So at least this minigame is quick. Couple of minutes. Nothing... Like, nothing particularly complicated.
Oh no!
It'd work. It works. See, an ace and a 5. Oh no, 6, so I can double down safely and get to a 17, which isn't too bad, I suppose, but let's see how badly the dealer's gonna fuck that up for me. You got an 18, and I came out last, so I don't get any movement points. That's starting to sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, come on. Get to the Area 51 and end this madness, please. Like, see how much smoother it moves here? It's weird. It's really weird. Oh, by the way, this game's also available on PS4. Oh, that just hurts to say. Did it come out on Wii U? I think it actually came out on Wii U, like a while back, but no. I can't say I remember. I'm not even gonna bother betting. I'm done. I'm just gonna sit here. Just gonna wait for it. That guy's middle finger on his right hand is really fucked up. I don't think you're supposed to be able to bend your last part of your middle finger at a 90-degree angle without bending the rest of your fucking finger. That's horrifying. Also, apparently I bet on 3. And... why did Yellow bet on 27? I don't know, but it came through for them. Alright, it just puts a random bet on if you don't actually bet, which I suppose is alright, but at the same time it would be nice to have a little bit of strategy, like saving your money for a game you're better at. Better at, I say in finger quotes. Fucking hell, I hope this video comes out. We've passed the 45-minute mark on the recording, folks. Which means we've been in this game for about 40 minutes. I didn't actually come out last despite the fact I didn't do anything. That's actually kind of great. But yeah, there we go. That's it. That is the end of the game. Fourth. Third. Wait, how did I come last? Wasn't I ahead in, like, money? And position? And she come third. What the fuck? And there's no, like, table or anything to look at. And fuck this game. Having a bit of a stroke right now. What are the games we didn't play? Nope, fuck, I just went into competition. Shit. Yeah. Come on, hurry up and load so I can just quit back out. What are the games that I didn't play? When it loads... Quick play. Let's see, we didn't play... Okay, we played darts. We don't need to play Baccarat. We played Texas Hold'em. No video poker. We don't need to play Red or Black, so... You know what? Second thought, I'm not going to play anything, because there's no point. They're all shit. That was a look at Vegas Party. It is not worth your time in any sense of the word. The game is extremely slow. The AI is a bit unbalanced. It takes a really, really long time to play. The controls are fucked. And it's too expensive. It's way too expensive. See, I get ad revenue from this video, so at least I get a little bit of a boost in the money I spent on this. You don't get anything, so please, for the love of God, do not spend any money on this. I'm done. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.